Now, here we have a question 6a. Determine the domain, range, and horizontal asymptote of the functions. We say the domain is any real numbers from negative infinity to positive infinity. For example, x can be -1, and then y value would be 4 to the -1 minus 4. This place is -1 is because of that. And then we then have a 4 to the -5. That's 1 over 4 to the 5th. You may find out this value. Okay? Now, when x equals 0, we have a y equals 0 to the 4 to the 0 minus 4, which is 4 to the -4th. And then we have a 1 over 4 to the 4th. You may also find out this value. When x equals, you may put +1 there, so let's put 4. Then you have a y equals 4 to the 4 minus 4, which is 4 to the 0 is not 0. 4 to the 0 is 1. Okay? You may try 5. You may try more. So y equals 4 to the 5 minus 4, which is 4 to the first power, which is 4. So any number you put right here, you should be, it should make sense. Okay? So domain is from negative infinity to positive infinity. How about range? Range is all the possible values for y. You may see when you put negative there, you get this number, which is positive. This number is greater than 0. When you put 0 here, you still get what? You still get positive. This value is positive. Of course, you put positive there, you all get positive. This tells us the range is from 0 to positive infinity. Remember, 0 is not included. That's why we write round bracket. Okay, what is the asymptote? You see here I did is -1, so you get this value. 0, you get this value. How about x equals, you may give a negative number here. Let's put -3. You may do -5. Okay, so let me put -3 here. Then you have a y equals 4 to the -3 minus 4. That's 4 to the -7. That's 1 over 4 to the 7th. This number is still greater than 0, no problem. But this number is very small. In order to show you that this is very small, let me get into the decimal. Okay, so I will first do in this way, then we'll go to get decimal. This is the decimal. Okay, now here you may try a few values. You may try here get the keyboard out. So you have a 1 divided by 4 to the 5th power. You see the value here, 1 over 4 to the 5th power, this value. You may also do 1 divided by 4 to the, here is 7th power. You see here, 7th power. So you then may put 7th power. You can see this number is even closer to 0. This number is smaller than that. This means 1x goes from 0 to -1 to -3. The number you get is smaller and smaller. You see from -1, you get this number. From -3, you get even smaller number. So when x goes to more negative, this number will be very small. So y value will be very close to 0. So in this case, then y value is 0, that's x-axis. So basically then you say the asymptote horizontal asymptote is x-axis. All right. So here you may draw the picture. For example, that's y equals 4. You need parentheses. Parentheses. And then x minus 4 close bracket. You will see the picture. This picture looks like what? Looks like is actually touched x-axis, but it is not. This is because of the excel. For example, again, 1 over 4 to the 5th. 1x is -1. You have a y value is this. So you may put as -1, and then 1 divided by 4 to the 5th. So you may put close bracket here. You see the point. Looks like it's on the x-axis, but if you zoom in, it is not. You can zoom in more. Let me zoom in more. You see, it's not. Okay? So this is very important because it tells us that when x gets smaller and smaller to the left-hand side, more negative, this point is going to be very close to x-axis and never touch x-axis. So that's why we say x-axis is the horizontal asymptote. Actually, this graph is the shifting graph 4 units. To the right. From y equals 4 to the x. Let's see what it means. You see here, when x is 0, you have the value 1 over 4 to the 4th. And 1x equals 4, this value, you have a y is 1. So if you put here 4 comma 1, that would be this point. That's 4, because of what? This is 2, this is 4. 4, 1 is right here. But if you recall y equals 4 to the x, this is y. I want to put x here. Then you see that will be 0, 1 this point. This is 0, 4, 1. This is 0, 1. So it's 4 units, 0, 1. Okay? So that is the picture for this function. And then another question, we're done here. Done. Then how about the graph for f of x equals 1 over 5 times 5 to the x? What's the graph look like? Remember, this one is 5 to the x divided by 5 to the 5th power, which is 5 to the x minus 1. Okay? So, comparing this one with the one we learned here, so then you know this graph is 1 unit shifted to the right. To the right from where? From the graph of the function f of x equals 5 to the x. So you can see 1 is here and 1 is here. Okay. So basically the number right here is that x minus 1 tells you is 1 unit shifted to the right hand side. We may erase all the graph here, and then let's put here instead of 4, we may do is 5 to the x, and then we may do another one, y equals 5 to the, you want to use parentheses, x minus 1. Okay, so you can see the graph, the blue one, is 1 unit shifted to the right hand side. Again, we know this point is 0, 1. This is 1x is 0 here, 5 to the 0 is 1. And here, 1x for this function, y equals 5 to the x minus 1. 1x equals 1, you have a y equals 5 to 1 minus 1, which is 5 to the 0, which is 1. Okay? So then you have what? you have a 1, 1. This one is on the graph. Of function y equals 5 to the x minus 1. So you may input, for example, right here, 1, 1. That would be this point. Again, here is 0, 1. Here is 1, 1. Okay? So it's 1 unit shifted to the right-hand side. All right. I'll see you next.